Liverpool rejects massive transfer offer for Luis Diaz as player reveals he wants to leave. Liverpool stands firm as Bayern Munich's $79 million offer for Luis Diaz is rejected. But the Colombian star's future grows more uncertain after revealing he wants to leave. The Reds now face a defining battle in a summer shaped by uncertainty, ambition, and heartbreak. Introduction. A summer saga. No one expected Liverpool Football Club finds itself at a crossroads this summer. While much of the club's pre-season has been overshadowed by mourning the tragic loss of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva, the footballing world refuses to stand still. The Reds are having to navigate both grief and relentless transfer speculation, none more significant than the future of Luis Diaz, Bayern Munich's latest rejected bid of €67.5 million, $79 million. £59M4, the Colombian winger has added fuel to the fire. Diaz's comments suggesting he wants to leave have only intensified the noise surrounding his Anfield future. With Barcelona circling and Saudi interest looming, this is a saga that is far from over, and one that Liverpool cannot afford to mishandle. Liverpool's position, a firm rejection, in line with Arne Slot's vision. The Bayern Munich bid. What happened? Bayern Munich currently restructuring their forward line with Leroy Sane potentially on his way out and Jamal Musiala suffering another injury setback, identified Luis Diaz as the perfect profile to reinvigorate their wide attacking options. An informal approach on July 2nd was swiftly dismissed. Undeterred, Bayern returned with an official offer of €67.5 million, $79 million. £59M. Liverpool's response was just as emphatic: no sale. The Reds have internally valued Diaz at €100, $117 million. £87M, not just to deter interest, but because they genuinely see him as irreplaceable within the current squad. Under Arne Slot's vision for Liverpool 2.0, Diaz is earmarked as a cornerstone player. His pace, unpredictability, and work ethic align perfectly with Slot's pressing game and tactical philosophy. Why Liverpool refused to budge for Liverpool? This isn't merely about financial valuation, it's about control, stability, and honoring the project Slot has inherited. Having already lost key dressing room figures in recent years, Firmino, Henderson, Fabinho, the club is wary of another destabilizing high-profile departure. After the emotional upheaval surrounding Jota's death, the Reds' hierarchy want consistency and leadership within their attacking ranks. Luis Diaz's perspective, contradictions and confusion. The player's own words in May. Luis Diaz struck a diplomatic tone. We're there, negotiating. We'll see what can be achieved, for us and for the club. We'll try to do our best and make the best decision. I'm very calm where I am, very happy. But behind closed doors, The Athletic now reports Diaz has privately communicated his desire to leave. Whether it's for Barcelona's long-standing interest, Bayern's prestige, or the lure of Saudi riches, the clarity from Diaz's camp remains murky. Why might Diaz want out? Contract stalemate. Liverpool hasn't initiated serious renewal talks, despite 2 years remaining on his deal. For a player of Diaz's stature, security and clarity matter. Barcelona temptation. Xavi's departure hasn't dulled Barca's admiration. Diaz is seen as the natural heir to their troubled left-wing position. Family considerations. Like many South American players, familial ties and lifestyle can influence decisions. Spain offers cultural familiarity and less climate adjustment compared to England. Ambition. Bayern offers annual Champions League contention. Barcelona, despite turmoil, offers prestige. Liverpool's project under Slot remains a question mark. Barcelona and Saudi Arabia, still lurking in the background. Barcelona's interest is long-standing but complicated. Their financial restrictions mean any pursuit hinges on player sales, deferred payments, or structured deals. While they view Diaz as an ideal target, sources in Spain suggest no formal bid has yet been tabled this summer. Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr lurks as a wildcard. The allure of astronomical wages remains a temptation even for players at the peak of their powers. However, Diaz's camp seems to prioritize European competition over financial gain for now. Liverpool's strategic response, holding the line slot's influence slot, is said to be categorically against losing Diaz. With Mohamed Salah's future similarly uncertain, long-term, and Darwin Núñez still inconsistent, Diaz offers guaranteed output and a tireless work rate crucial to Slot's pressing schemes. The Dutchman's private conversations with Diaz have reportedly focused on reassurance, vision, and responsibility. Slot sees Diaz as more than just a player. He sees him as a future leader in a side rebuilding its emotional and competitive foundations. Liverpool's financial STAs having banked significant funds through commercial growth and past sales. Liverpool is not under pressure to sell. The refusal of Bayern's offer underlines that, unless Diaz forces the issue publicly, which, so far, he hasn't, Liverpool will simply not negotiate. What this means for Liverpool's attack if Diaz stays. Liverpool's forward options for 2025-26 are formidable. Mohamed Salah's Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, emerging Trent Congordi, potential breakout without Diaz. The recruitment headache intensifies dramatically. Identifying a like-for-like replacement in today's market is financially and strategically difficult. The emotional undertone. Football in the shadow of grief. The timing of this saga feels especially cruel. The club is still emotionally raw following Diogo Jota's tragic death, with players, staff, and fans seeking solace in togetherness and continuity. Diaz was close to Jota. Both shared the left flank burden and a mutual respect. Allowing Diaz to leave now would feel, internally, like another piece of Liverpool's heart breaking away. This is about more than goals and assists. It's about identity, healing, and moving forward with strength. The road ahead, 3 scenarios: Diaz stays, signs, new deal, Slot wins. Liverpool stands firm. Talks resume in earnest post-transfer window. Diaz recommits with improved terms and a clear role. Diaz stays, but discontent grows. No sale occurs, but Diaz's attitude shifts. This risks unsettling the dressing room and could force Liverpool's hand in January or next summer. A late, irresistible offer: Barcelona or Bayern returns with an offer close to €100 million, tempting Liverpool's hierarchy into a rethink, especially if Diaz himself agitates more publicly than what Liverpool fans think. Divided but protective among supporters. Sentiment is split. Many understand Diaz's possible desire for Spain or Germany. Yet most see Liverpool's position as correct and necessary. The wounds of losing key players are still fresh. Fans crave stability, not upheaval. In the shadow of tragedy, keeping Diaz feels like an act of defiance against the chaos of modern football. Conclusion. A defining summer decision. Liverpool has made its first move. No sale, no discussion. Luis Diaz stays. But the summer is long. The noise will grow. Barcelona lurks, Bayern waits. Saudi billions remain omnipresent. For Diaz, clarity must come soon. For Liverpool, this is a test of resolve, ambition, and faith in Arne Slot's vision. In a pre-season already defined by heartbreak, the next chapter could shape the entire Arne Slot era.